The Zach Taylor era begins in Cincinnati. It's the coach. This is week 1 of the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, the Bengals have a new man calling the shots. Zach Taylor, the second youngest coach in the entire league, as they head to Seattle to take on the oldest coach in the league, Pete Carroll of the Seattle Seahawks. I'll be back at halftime with a look at the games in progress. But first, let's get up to Seattle. Standing by are the guys in the booth, Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Thank you, Coach. We are in the Pacific Northwest as we get set for football at CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. These folks love their football in Seattle. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad came out of the tunnel, and it was just absolutely deafening in this building. They're set for football, so are we, as the Seahawks get set to match up with the Cincinnati Bengals. So happy to be with you, Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis, and we thought it would never get here, but here we are back together. It's opening weekend of the 100th season in the NFL.
So much football to talk about. That's our main focus. But how about how much happened in the offseason? Rules changes. Overtime rules were discussed in a big way. Some superstars changed addresses. There's a whole lot to talk about in the NFL in addition to this game we're getting ready to watch.
Ready to get us started, the Aussie punter and kickoff man, Michael Dixon. And off we go from Seattle. This will be fielded at the 8. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Here come the Bengals now to take over. And a glance here at their quarterback, standing 6'3".
I read something prepping for this game that he said prior to, and I think he really said it a few months ago, where he talked about he wants to have the type of season that at the end, he's buying gifts for all the guys who have helped him along the way. And I know that the team wants to hold him to that and really get into his wallet. But that's what good leadership gives you. You know, at the end of the season, because you've done a great job, QB, he's usually the guy who springs for the good stuff.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. That's caught by his tight end, Uzama. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 25 yards that time. They'll set up a throw. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. With a sack, it's Ziggy Ansah. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Gotta hope that's not a sign of things to come as they face an early second and long. Back to throw here. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. Here now the offense for the Bengals.
And the play of this offensive line is going to be so important in this game because we saw the sack a minute or so ago. They've got to be able to give their guy time to throw. That means communication and being physical is vital. Otherwise, this could be a long game.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. And that will be incomplete. Shaquille Griffin knocking it away that time in coverage. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Here come the Seahawks and their offense now under veteran head coach Pete Carroll. They'll be led out by their 5'11" quarterback from Wisconsin by way of NC State, and that's Russell Wilson.
He's always been an incredible decision maker on the field. Takes care of the ball really well, puts his team in the right positions, makes sure the play calls are accurate. Also was a minor league baseball player. Didn't hit very well there. I think he made a great career choice picking football.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. First down Seattle on a pickup of 13. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
Jesse Bates, who led the Bengals in tackles as a rookie, there to make the stop. And we take a look at the offense for the Seahawks.
And last night we were discussing some of the changes they've made offensively during the offseason, and we know it helps for them to have the first game at home. Hopefully this crowd, which we saw coming in, they've been here for a while, ready to go. You and I should have joined the tailgates, that's for sure. They're going to give them plenty of encouragement. They'll try and ride that wave and get their first victory of the year.
And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. The defensive starters now for Cincinnati.
When you play against Carlos Dunlop, you have to think protecting your passer. He knows how to get upfield and rush the quarterback.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo.
On third down, Wilson. And he finds a man. It's Olsen. And he takes this all the way inside the Cincy 20. It's a big play there for Seattle. 47 yards. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2. Second and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. They go play action with Wilson. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Again, Wilson, and that is incomplete.
After that throw, and it was definitely one that he would love to have back, I wonder what's going through his head. I wonder what kind of mind game he's playing with himself to get himself back on track. Because a lot of guys, that's what they do. They have little triggers that when the mechanics are off or if they make a bad throw, that they go to that place to get themselves back in sync.
Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
And he'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. So now the Bengal offensive unit back out onto the field. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10.
Ready? 50, plant. 54,
They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's going to air it out deep. He's got a man, complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A big pickup of 38.
Well, we spent a lot of time exalting the offensive masterminds in this game, right? They draw up these beautiful plays. They look so perfect up on the board. But occasionally, sometimes you just say, throw it up and let him go get it. How about that play?
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now back to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. The Seahawks, here's their defensive lineup.
The competition to go to the Pro Bowl at safety is fierce in the NFL, but Rashad Jones makes his case year in and year out as one who should go.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
2nd and 10. Open man is Uzomah. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 19. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Green's open, and he's got it for a Bengal touchdown. A.J. Green there to make the grab, and the Bengals have taken the lead. There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
you throw, what, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my man, in concert.
On for the point after is Randy Bullock. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it's finished off with a Cincinnati touchdown. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around. 1st and 10. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now. 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. And they've got the hook up. This is Olsen. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That'll pick up the first down for Seattle on a gain of 18.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. On second down now, it's Lynch. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
That's how you get right up off of the mat, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a first down with his very next run.
First down, the run with Lynch. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll run with Marshawn Lynch. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Penny, the first down carry. Heck of a broken tackle and able to work this down near the 23. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. From the 24, Wilson. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack?
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help him at contract time.
And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. In for the score. And the Seahawks are going to retake the lead. And you don't see the fake field goal often. Here it works for a touchdown.
And sometimes you see it called in the biggest stages. How about a couple of years ago, Packers-Seahawks, and the Seahawks trying to rally, fake field goal, help them win it and go to the Super Bowl.
Jason Myers now for the extra point. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. That time, a 9-play drive. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but they're losing. And I think as the captain of the offense, you probably always feel like you need to do more in that situation.
The best have always felt that way, and they won't settle for anything less. So right now, his goal is to increase what he's doing on the field, try to make sure his teammates come along with him, and he feels like if I do better, everyone will do better. And that's what we're seeing from him right now. Got to have a little extra determination.
Yeah, a little extra determination. He has thrown the touchdown pass, no interceptions for him personally to this point. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll drop the throw. Buying time to his left. And he'll be forced out of bounds shy of the line of scrimmage, so that'll be credited as a sack. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Shaquille Griffin knocking it away that time in coverage.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Oh, look at the juke. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Throwing is Wilson. And he finds his man, the tight end Olsen. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. To throw again is Wilson. He'll find Metcalf. And the nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side. No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half. Now Myers for the extra point. It's good to make it 17-7. So that drive, 4 plays. And it all culminates with a Seattle score. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. A reminder, coming up later tonight, the Patriots unfurl their 6 banners. They play host to their rival Steelers. And then on Monday night, it's the one weekend of the year where you get 2 games to wrap up the week. Texans and Saints from New Orleans in the early game, then Broncos and Raiders. Vic Fangio's coaching debut, and the Raiders' final season opener in Oakland. That's the late game, 10:30 Eastern. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Back to throw. He's going to air it out deep for Green. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll look to throw here. Going up top. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. A.J. Green, 84 yards, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm. That part was easy. You could see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure's on, can you throw with touch? He just did right there. And, boy, it was pretty. Now Bullock to add the extra point. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it ends with a Bengals score. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This fielded at the 2. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Russell Wilson now gears up to lead the offense again. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions. Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot. A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And they're going to be waiting for him as they get him behind the line. So we are at halftime here in the opener of the 2019 regular season. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll get started down at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, where you see the final score there. Matt Breida, over 100 yards on the afternoon thus far with a touchdown run as well. Next, we'll stay right here in the Sunshine State and head up to Tampa to check on the Bucs. And they've got the lead in that ball game over the visiting 49ers. Tom Brady at it again, 3 touchdown passes. Finally, we head to the shores of Lake Erie, see what's going on with the Cleveland Browns. And they were winners in that one as they defeat the visiting Tennessee Titans. Baker Mayfield, 2 touchdown passes as his guys are able to get the victory in their season opener. Meanwhile, in our game, no shortage of offense as each team has been able to move the ball effectively. Will the defenses show up in the second half? To find out, we give it back to our commentators, Brandon Cotton and Charles Davis.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This fielded at the 2. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Well, the Bengals and Seahawks meeting here in week 1, and this is a combination that we haven't seen that often on the turf. If you look back to when the franchises began facing each other all the way back in 1977, but since then, just 20 meetings between the two teams. And the Bengals have won 11 of them, including the last meeting back in October of 2015.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Josh Bynes in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down.
That's exactly what they were looking for coming out to start the third quarter. Get a sack, get off the field, get the momentum going in their direction.
Get the ball back to your offense, right? Get that momentum because, hey, this lead is very, very slim. Now here's Michael Dixon as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. All right, here now a look at A.J. Green. Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting them, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, yet he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. He'll drop to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
He's going to air it out deep for Green. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. That goes for a gain of 31.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover one. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Unable to stop KJ right there as he slips by for the sack. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. He'll run it. A breakdown defensively there as the scramble is going to set him up with a much more manageable 3rd down. I thought they were going to sack him there like they did on 1st down. Great coverage, but he found a way to move with his legs.
Yeah, his ability to take off. Not only did he get some yardage back, he got a little bit extra. Really helps him on 3rd down. Makes it manageable now.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down. They're going to try and throw. Being chased out left. And a loose football. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the 1st.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. If the ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. Looking to throw. That's caught by his tight end, Uzama. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 18 yards on that one, and the Bengals are moving. 1st down. They'll look to throw. Looking for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point. His first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not laughing it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds. He's going to go back out there, still be the same confident kid, the reason that they drafted him, and go out and play.
And out now come the Seahawks. And they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Underneath, he's got Olsen. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. On 3rd down, Wilson. And that is incomplete.
Coverage was excellent downfield. I think he was more throwing that football away than anything else.
Yeah, absolutely, because everywhere you looked, they were covered.
Sometimes it's better to go ahead and be convinced that there's no place to fit in the football than to go ahead and force it and turn it into a bad play.
Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
A good start to the drive here as that's caught out on the left side. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Back to throw here. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give him 17 and a Cincinnati first down. Dancing to his left. He's going to air it out deep for Green. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. They'll look to throw again. Blitz coming, and down he goes. K.J. Wright picks up his second sack of the afternoon. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's second and goal. Second and 11. This is caught. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That catch good for 8, but still, it's third and goal now. They'll look to throw on third and goal. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. From 3 yards out. And the Bengals are once again going to retake the lead. Those are the types of plays in these moments they were hoping for from this young rookie, able to put him up here in the fourth quarter.
How about the kid? You just mentioned it, the fourth quarter. This is when you have to make those winning plays. That's what he just did. Doesn't ensure anything, but he certainly gave his team a heck of a chance, didn't he?
Here's Bullock now for the extra point. It's up and good to make it 21-17. That time a 6-play drive, and it's finished off with a Cincinnati touchdown. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A loss of 3 on that first down pass play. Now second and 13. Now it's Wilson. He finds Dorsett. It's complete. And he's able to get up here to the 26. That'll be a pickup of 4 as they work with his 4-point fourth quarter lead. To throw on third down, Wilson. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's fourth down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. This is taken at the 23. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10. The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays, they're going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
2nd down and inches. Open man is Uzama. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. What a throw right there for the 1st down. He has taken some real punishment in this game, but still standing in the pocket completing that one.
He's a flat-out warrior. There's no question about that. How about him stepping up into the teeth of the rush and delivering there for that big strike and that big pickup?
Well, some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. Finding Green complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 12 yards that time, and a Cincinnati 1st down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now back to throw. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. The linebacker, Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. And that's complete. It's Green here. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 18. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. He'll look to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Tyler Boyd, the former Pitt Panther, was the target. But it'll be 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Just looking at it from a defensive perspective, when you break the huddle in the red zone, tight end is one of the guys you got to key on because quarterbacks want the ball in their hands fast in this position, and they want to get it to someone. And in this case, he had the play. They just didn't complete it.
They come out here in the eye. It's 1st and goal and a late touchdown at this stage. Could officially salt this one away. They'll go with a keeper. And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. It's their quarterback. Keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Bengals, they widen their lead.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
Bullock good on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it was capped off by the quarterback sneak for 6. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's Russell Wilson and the Seahawk offense now getting set to go again. So, Charles, there are the numbers. What's happened here? Defensive adjustments that's caused him to sort of fall off a bit?
I think so. That has to happen. You've got to make some changes because in the first half, they were pretty effective. But the second part is sometimes when you're doing really well, you get off your game a little bit. You get off the gas a little. You're like, okay, we've got this thing. And that's not necessarily the case. Maybe right now, someone just needs to tell a joke in the huddle, loosen things up, and get their big guy going again.
Nice run. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. They go play action with Wilson. And he's got Lockett. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. That'll pick up the first down for Seattle on a gain of 18. Wilson.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
It's complete to Lockett. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. To throw again is Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Now the Seahawks forced to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Wilson will throw again. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw is Wilson. Throwing again. He's going to let it fly. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. And here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on third down. Throwing again here, Wilson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield, and that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And, partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, you know, it's preseason. This is week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Yeah, real football.
Not preseason football where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play, and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guys from the first whistle.
Yeah, I tuned you out in the preseason. And now I'm listening to you. So for Cincinnati, not much to complain about here. They come in and steal a victory in a tough place to play on a Sunday night. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Seattle, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Heinz Field to take on the Steelers. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.